O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahur quit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
Imagine a star. Like at its core, you have this wild, boundless explosion of nuclear fusion.
Right, just pure chaotic energy.
Yeah, pure energy, but without the crushing inward force of gravity to actually contain that explosion, you don't get a star. You just get a flash of radiation that, dissipates into the void.
It just burns out.
Exactly. So today, welcome to our deep dive, where our mission is to look at the ultimate metaphysical gravity. We're exploring a really dense, fascinating Kabbalistic text all about Binah.
Ah, the third Sephira on the Tree of Life.
Right, which is this exact metaphysical point where infinite chaotic energy actually transforms into the structured reality you and I experience every single day.
Okay, let's unpack this, because the text doesn't just treat Binah as some abstract concept. It personifies her as the great mother and the supreme architect of existence.
And that gravity metaphor actually hits a lot closer to the mechanics of the text than you might realize. I mean, we are looking at the critical boundary line between boundless potential and measurable existence.
Like the exact line where things become real. Yeah, exactly. To really understand how Binah functions, you have to look at the Sephira right before her, which is Chokmah. So Chokmah is pure, unformed wisdom. It's the archetypal masculine seed of divine creativity. But on its own, it's really just raw, uncontained radiation.
So if Chokmah is that explosive nuclear fusion, like a wild lightning bolt of a brainstorming session, Binah is the gravity that captures it.
That's a really great way to put it.
She's like the strict project manager, right? She takes that raw spark and gives it a functional womb or a form, so it doesn't just burn out as empty combustion. She acts as the battery.
What's fascinating here is that the linguistics of her name explicitly spell out this exact mechanism. So Binah comes from the Hebrew root Binah, which actually means to build.
Oh, to build. Okay, that makes sense.
Right, and a builder doesn't just create space, they establish strict boundaries. To construct a physical reality or, even just to comprehend a complex idea, you have to define exactly what it is, and that means you have to define what it is not.
I mean, I completely get the mechanism, but I do struggle with the archetype a bit. Because the text calls Binah the Great Mother, but then it places her at the very top of the pillar of severity.
Yeah, the left-hand column on the Tree of Life.
Right, the side that deals strictly with restriction and law. Usually, we associate a maternal archetype with, boundless warmth and mercy, not harsh restriction. So why a mother figure acting as a limiting force?
Well, this raises an important question about how we view the act of creation itself. In this framework, giving form to something is inherently an act of merciless severity.
Merciless severity. That sounds a bit intense.
It is. Think about the last time you had a brilliant abstract idea for a project. In your head, it was perfect and limitless, right?
Oh, always. Until I try to actually make it.
Exactly. The moment you start writing it down, you have to make choices. By forcing the idea into a specific shape, you are actively killing off infinite other potential versions of it. The text takes this even further by linking Binah to the planet Saturn and to Kronos.
The Titan of time. Because time is the ultimate boundary line.
You nailed it. The moment you give something a physical form, it enters the stream of time. And once it exists in time, it becomes subject to limitation, to friction, to decay, and eventually, to death.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah, the text refers to this realization as the vision of sorrow. It's this heavy, inescapable understanding that the very act of being born basically guarantees eventual destruction.
Okay, so if giving something form inherently traps it in time, and time guarantees this vision of sorrow, is there an escape hatch for human consciousness? Like, can we get out of it?
The text actually suggests there is. It's through a mental mechanism called the 50 Dates of Understanding. Now, this isn't a physical journey. It's more like a process of reverse engineering reality.
What do you mean?
Well, through intense, disciplined contemplation, you conceptually dismantle the physical world. You look at an object and mentally strip away its materials, then its underlying physics, then the abstract concepts holding it together.
So you're peeling back the boundaries Binah built.
Exactly. Layer by layer, you conceptually return to that infinite spark.
And here's where it gets really interesting, because the text uses Moses as a case study for this. It notes that he spent his entire life working through this exact mechanism of contemplation, unlocking gate after gate.
But he didn't quite finish the process.
Right. He only ever made it to gate 49. The text says he was denied the mysterious 50th gate until the exact moment of his death on Mount Nebo. Why couldn't he finish the process while he was still alive?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the reason he stalled at gate 49 is purely structural. That 50th gate represents total, absolute transcendence of the natural world.
Oh, I see, because he was still in a body.
Yeah, you literally cannot pass through that final conceptual gate while your consciousness is still anchored to a physical brain and a temporal body. The physical form itself has to dissolve for the mind to fully return to the infinite.
So what does this all mean? I guess it means Binah gives you the incredibly beautiful, tangible gift of physical reality, but as a strict toll, she demands you accept the discipline, the boundaries, and the temporary nature of time.
Yeah, she builds the house we live in, but structurally reminds us we are only renting.
Only renting. I love that. Which perfectly sets up a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over. The text briefly mentions Binah's shadow side, a demonic order called Sotherial, which represents the vase of hoarding knowledge and closing yourself off.
The ultimate rigid boundary.
Exactly. So think about the internal architect in your own mind. As you build your own understanding of the world, do your mental frameworks act as a welcoming house that you share to nurture others? Or have those boundaries become a rigid, stagnant fortress that isolates you from new ideas?